Good Monday morning, everyone from all over the country and maybe other parts beyond the US. My name is Michelle Niels, and welcome to our Monday morning chat, also fondly called the Monday Morning Miracle Call, because every day we get to hear amazing miracle stories, which are science. You know, we have the science to back all of this up. That's what's so awesome about this company. Today is Monday, March the 6th, 2023. And I am one of your hosts for these Monday morning chats. And I want to give a special warm welcome to anyone who's new today and has not been on a call before, and give you a few of the guidelines for these wonderful calls. Let's be brief, and let's be bold, brave, and brief, as Robin said. And if you can keep your share to a minute or less, that would allow a lot more people to share. And share how you felt before, which patch you used, and how you feel now. Symptoms only, please. And the way to raise your hand is at the bottom of your screen. You see a reaction button, and click on that, and then you'll see raise hand. And that's the best way for me to see you and call on you. And yeah, we are just rolling right off with our Sunshine Heidi girl who just moved to Arizona.
Michelle,
yes.
I just wanted to mention.
I forgot, Gregory. Yes.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the nudge. And I wasn't on last week's call, but I did listen to the replay, and Robin and Gregory have shared a new guideline, and I love it because we are a multi-patch company with a single patch focus. And that single patch is X39, ta-da. So we are going to focus on X39, please, for the first about 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes, okay? And we're showing how easy it is to build a business around this patch. And it does so much. I mean, you'll hear when people ask questions, what should I use for? And what do we say every time? You start with the X39. And Robin and Gregory started with that the first few months. I started with that, nothing but X39 for 90 days. And I had amazing results. So let's start with that. Just the X39, please, for the first half of the call. And we're going to start with Heidi. Please unmute, Heidi.
Good morning. I'm outside. Is my clarity okay?
Oh, it's perfect.
Excellent. Well, Michelle, I wanted to share an X39 story. 2 days ago, boldly, I was in a 20-mile-an-hour snowstorm following a semi. I took my X39 off from my neck, placed it on my shoulder, and I literally stopped shaking while I was driving. And I was able to go another 3 hours without shaking while being in a whiteout snowstorm between Spanish Fork and I think it was Price where I finally landed, and it stopped snowing. So that's my bold and beautiful. And X39, it's a performance patch for sure on the shoulder.
And just give me a little more information, because I have an inquisitive mind. Why were you shaking? Was it this it was really hard to drive in the wind?
So I was towing this trailer that's behind me. So this was what I was pulling behind my little tiny VW Beetle, which is currently being unloaded. So it was a lot of weight. Mm-hmm. And I was having to stay in between the ruts of the snow. And so yeah, so beyond the regular white knuckling. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's probably a combination of a psychological calming as well as a physical, right? It was both.
Oh, you know what? I had other patches everywhere else on my body, but X39 is all we're going to emphasize. Is a definite shoulder, because I have a shoulder injury. I'm a 52-year-old who has a motorcycle injury, and I'm sorry, there's a car going by. I'll go ahead and go off mute.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Adele, you're next. And again, when you're anyone who wants to share, just click on that raise hand button, and then I'll call on you. Adele.
Thank you, Michelle. I want to share about my 99-and-a-half-year-old mother. She went into a memory care center last June, and my brother in Charleston, my brother and his wife would occasionally put an X39 on her back. And then my sister's an MD, and she talked to my mom's doctor and arranged to have the nurses do that. So they put a fresh X39 on her now, on her right up in the back area. And my brother and sister and I have all decided, remarkably, she's changed. She's gotten better. We took her to a restaurant, and she's like, oh, we sat there the last time we were here. She fell, had to have stitches in her nose, but that's what she's fallen several, so it's pretty amazing at 9.5. So I just thought I would share that. I'll be with her again, so I'll get videos with her, and she's pretty remarkable. She's, I will say that she's healthy, but at that stage of life, it's pretty crazy that these are making a difference in her memory. She sees pictures and she'll remember names, and you can have a real conversation with her now, which before it was more challenging. So just wanted to share that. It's been amazing.
Oh, beautiful. It's like you got your mom back in many ways. That's
And
beautiful.
she's nicer. She's really nice. My brother wrote this version of mom is adorable. It's true.
Oh, thank
So
you, Adele.
anyway, thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have Donald. Please. Oh, there you go.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Donald.
I've got a brief, hi. This is tiny and brief and maybe a little bit bold. I've been using X39 for about 8 months now. And one of the things that I noticed recently is that one of my toenails that I had stubbed a long time ago had always been black or very dark color, one of the smaller toenails, and it no longer is. I'm not even sure which one it is anymore. My nail growth is amazing. Yeah, I have also had a recent injury to my fingers back in October, and that's all growing out. It's almost gone now where I smushed my fingers. So my nail growth from the X39 is phenomenal, and it's coming back better than it ever was. I can't remember how long it's been since that, when I had that injury to my toe. It's over a decade, I'm sure, that it's back to normal. Nice.
Over a decade of dealing with that blackened toenail, and within a matter of months.
It never bothered me. It wasn't anything but just a bit of an eyesore, but I noticed it's all normal now.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Donald. I'm going to quickly jump in before you, Paul. I slammed my thumb in a door about a month and a half ago, and I definitely damaged the nail bed. I mean, it was right at the nail bed, dark, black and blue. And it really hurt. I mean, like a 10 out of 10 pain. And I did put Ice Wave on it right away. It brought it down a little bit, not tremendously, because I really slammed it. But the nail bed, it's like someone said, you might lose your nail because that's right on the nail bed. And it is growing back. It looks pretty strange right now because the old nail is kind of pushing off. It's being pushed off by new growth, but that's in a matter of 6 weeks. So X39, yay. All right, Paul, and then Carol Lee.
Please how do you
unmute.
click in on this?
Who's talking? I'm not sure.
Area code 719.
This is Benitri, and I'd like to take a turn. So how do I click in?
Oh, at the bottom of your screen, there's a reaction button, and you can raise your hand. Do you see that at the bottom of your screen? And if you don't, I'll just call on you after Paul and Carol Lee.
No, I don't. So
okay,
call on me when you have time.
I will. And your name is Dimitri.
No, Bunny, like a rabbit.
Oh, Bunny. Okay, Bunny. I will call on you after Carol Lee. All right. Paul, please unmute.
And I apologize for interrupting.
That's okay. We'll call on you shortly. Okay, Paul, can you unmute? I think Paul Mudrick is you're having an issue unmuting. We're not hearing you, Paul. And I see your mute button is still on. So we're going to go to Carol Lee, and then we'll come back to you, Paul, and see if you can unmute. All right, Carol Lee, welcome.
Good morning. I am sharing for someone else, that one of my customers who she got COVID the first year. And since then, hopefully this isn't too much information for people, but her monthly cycle has been severe. Like, I won't even describe how severe, but this entire time. And she's been on the X39 for just over a month. and had her first normal cycle.
Aw.
Yeah.
Hooray, hip, hip, hooray. For women who are still going through that,
Yes.
that's a distant memory for me, but that's a wonderful thing. Awesome.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Carolee.
You're
All right,
welcome.
Paul, can you unmute? We're going to try you again, Paul. Are you able to click on the mute button at the bottom of your screen and unmute yourself? Okay, Paul, we are going to go to Bunny, who couldn't raise her hand. So Bunny and then Gary. All right, Bunny, you can unmute and we would love to hear from you. Are you there?
Okay. Very good. Is this can I go ahead and talk, or we want to wait for Paul?
No, Paul is not able to unmute, so go ahead. We're still sharing X39 stories. Bunny, do you have an X39 story?
Well, I wear it all the time. This is really important, I think. I'm 81. I've been working full time until I was 79 years old at a dealership here in town. Dearly loved working. Got COVID that September, really, really bad. I have 2 weeks I don't even remember. Started using X39 after that to help me recover. It has done a wonderful job. Prior to this, I was having the noise in my head all the time, getting severely worse, and was starting to lose my hearing. This was hard at a dealership. My phone was always on the loudest so I could hear customers. About a month ago, I noticed in my free stuff that came with my X39, glutathione, and it had in parentheses age underneath it. Well, since I'm going to be 81 this month, decided to try that on the back of my neck to see if it would help me, and found the noise in my head has been largely reduced, which is absolutely amazing, because as far as I know medically, there is nothing that can do this. Basically, a side effect is my hearing has now started to come back and is improving. And to me, this is absolutely amazing. I don't have, the noise in your head is 24/7. It can be so loud and annoying that you could almost cry. And I still have it, but not like before. It is very minimal now. It is fantastic. This is just amazing to me.
I can hear your relief and your joy. That's a beautiful share. Thank you so very much. You did very well not naming any disease names too. That's great. Thank you for your share, Bunny.
You are.
All right, we have Gary and then Janet and then Victoria and then Sunshower Rose. Okay, Gary, go ahead, unmute, please.
Thank you. So I'm just having so much fun with this, and I'm going to work hard. I named something last time, so I think I'll do better this time. But I shared before, and I could pull up my pant leg and show you the blue veins above my knee on my inner thigh, and they're even more gone than the last time. The hiking scar on my left ankle bone was thick and raised and red and purple and wouldn't go away. It's nearly gone. The eczema on the elbows, even though it's discolored, is oops. Okay.
It's all right. Yep, you caught yourself. That's good.
I'm so excited.
That itchy red rash thing.
Thank
on your
you.
elbow.
That itchy red horrible dry. I'm so excited, and things are opening up so much through this that just unbelievable. So anywho, that icky, dry, patchy skin is almost gone. And what I'm gonna share is a little silly, but I just hit 60. And so for 10 years or so, I've had the gray chest hair. and I don't want to gross anybody else out. It's like, ooh, middle-aged man stuff. But anyhow, it's kind of a bother when, you know, you're starting to age and see that. Well, yesterday I was putting on my t-shirt and I looked and I said, nah, it can't be. So I looked again, and so I'm half gray and half brown. My chest hairs are growing back brown. So sorry for those of you that are younger. This is icky middle-aged man stuff, you know,
No,
coming
we
out my
love
ears,
it.
coming out my neck, you know, my nose. But anyhow, it's I thought that was really, really amazing.
That
So-
is, yes. Thank you. And you know, I learned from Dr. Barbara Jennings, who's a chiropractor in our community. She said that, you know, hair is one of the things that our body puts kind of to the background, right? It takes care of the bigger fires first.
Preach into the choir.
So the fact that your hair is changing means that, you know, your body is already handling other things, you know, that are maybe a little more critical. And now you're getting your dark brown chest hair.
I have a laundry list, and the hairs on my arms they're half brown and half silver. So the other thing is that I told you before about the sleep. I've sleep deprived for my whole life, and 3 to 5 years a night is all I've lived on. I can count every year about 10 times a year that I get a full night's sleep. I've been getting a full night's sleep since January 9th, and my mind is opening up. And I'm even understanding computers, which were my nemesis. So thank you guys for everything in the group that you've set up, and for what you've done to make this so much easier than any other program. I'm just having a ball.
Oh,
So I'm going
Gary,
to put some duct tape.
beautiful. Thank you for your wonderful passion and enthusiasm. We love it. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you.
Glad
A
you're
bit-
part of our community.
Thank you. Thanks to Helen Peak and Jan Polkowski. They're the wind beneath my wings.
Thank
So,
you, Gary.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
All right. Janet,
Okay.
and then Victoria, and let's see, where are we at with time? Let's try and keep it, everyone, to about a minute or less, because we've got several hands up and it'd be great to have everybody be able to share. So Janet, then Victoria, then Sunshower.
Great. Thank you so much, Michelle. I really just want to talk about the importance of staying on the X39 long enough, because you may see things that happen really quickly, like I did. But then at about month 3, that pain that I'd had for about 12 years that went down my hip all the way to my feet, had 2 ablations on it. They kept coming back. It's gone. That was at month 3. At month 6, 7, somewhere in there, I realized, now I can say this because David Schmidt says it cures it. My neuropathy was gone that I'd had for 35 years. So stay on them. You'll see changes as things go on.
And for that last thing you shared, is that the feet that feel kind of numb and
tingly and painful.
tingly? And that's a very common thing, you guys. I've had 2 or 3 people that have used just the X39, and that numb, tingly foot symptom goes away in a matter of sometimes just weeks.
My neuropathy was actually from my knees down to my feet and my elbows down to my hands. So to get rid of that was just awesome.
Beautiful. Thank you, Janet. Awesome. All right. We have Victoria, Sunshower, Ronald, and Sarah, and Marvin Glenn. All right, Victoria.
There we go. I'm unmuted. My question is actually for Abby. Abby does not have a microphone or a camera to use, and she is having her dog spayed tomorrow. She would like to have advice from the community on which patches to use.
Okay. Does Gregory, do you have a thought, Gregory, with your?
Yeah, I do, you know, because, you know, we use patches on all of our animals, and X39, because that's the patch that's going to stimulate the rapid recovery from any surgery or industry. So if a dog's being spayed, I think you want to boost up their recovery system. So I'd start with X39. If there's some pain from that, you may want to add Eon.
Or perhaps even Ice Wave.
Yeah, it's harder to place Ice Wave around a dog where you can
Right.
put Eon, you know, on our dogs and cats. I put my cat on break. I took her collar off last night. I don't know if you can see that.
I
That's
can
the-
see it, Gregory. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so we put the patches on the inside of the collar, so then when you put it on, they stay on. So you couldn't really do that with the Ice Wave. So that's why I suggest Eon for an animal, just placing the patch on the collars.
That's beautiful. Victoria, does that answer your question?
I think that answers Abby's question. I put a note in chat. If she has anything more, check chat.
Thanks, Victoria. Awesome.
Thank.
We love animal stories.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Sunshower, Rose, Ronald, Sarah, and Marvin. And then Paul. We're going to try Paul again. And then that will probably take us to the bottom of the hour. Go ahead, Sunshower.
Hey,
Hello.
Michelle, my three-way partner forever,
Yay.
BFF.
BFF. Yes.
You know, there's been so many great stories this morning that it's reminding me of several things that have worked for me. Let's start with the ringing of the ears. I've been dealing with that for about 12 years, and it is now reducing. It has not completely gone, but the high pitch has reduced and the volume has reduced. And, you know, I tried several different patches per our doctors. And of course, every body is different. So what I've been using lately that seems to be working is carnosine.
Really? And where do you put it?
On my mastoid. It's right here, right now, right back here.
Wow.
And I think Dr. Jennings said we could put a patch here too.
On the TMJ, on that joint?
Yeah, really little above the TMJ, maybe right here.
Okay.
And then let's see, you know, the vein thing that I think Gary was talking about.
Yes.
I've been working with that too. Not that it's really major, but I want to, you know, be proactive. And so it's working for me there. And this is not X39, but got to tell the truth. And you guys are reminding me of so many things. I've been using X49 and glutathione, and that's working. Nice.
And that's on the back of your knee there,
Yeah.
Sunshower?
Yes, right.
Okay.
Right. And then X39, that's the star of the show. I don't know if you can see it, but my hair continues to get darker.
I can see. Yes, it's beautiful. Your beautiful mane.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sunshower. All right. Is it Ronald that's speaking or? Okay, I think you're muted. I'm not hearing you.
Hey, this is Paul.
It looks, just a minute, Paul.
Okay.
Ronald Mattia, I think is how you say it. We're not hearing you. Can you unmute?
That's actually Roxy. And I think
Roxy.
she's trying to unmute. She says she's connecting to her audio.
Okay, I see a wave of the little buttons, like the little dots, like she's trying to connect. Roxy, are you there? Okay, we're going to come back because she actually put her hand down. Okay, is it Marvin that's going to share? Because I see you on camera. Marvin?
Yes, it is. Can you hear me?
Oh, it's not a very good connection. It's kind of warbly.
Oh.
It's warbly.
Well,
try again.
Shall I go ahead? I'll go
I can
ahead.
hear you. I can hear you now, Marvin.
Okay. I feel there's someone on this call that needs to hear this. I'm gonna tell a story about my 75-year-old brother who's a little younger than I am, who was born with a congenital, obviously congenital heart disease, and he has three open heart surgeries. And after all of this work with the doctors, they finally gave up on him, sent him home to die. So I called him one day and asked him how he was doing. He said, "Marvin, I'm so weak, I can't even get my papers together. So, and I feel like I'm going to die." So I sent him immediately the X39. After he had been on the X39 for one day, I called him and asked him how he was doing. He said, "I don't understand what's happening." He said, "I'm out in the garage punching my punching bag." And okay, so then after 3 months, he called me. I talked to him again, and he said, "I just got back from my doctor's office, and the doctor did this blood test on me and was checking me up on all my organs and vitals. And he came into the office and sat down at his desk, and he put his hands in his face in his hands. And they looked up at me and he said, I haven't seen anything like this in the 30 years of my practice. He said, every organ in your body is regenerating.
Ah, and this was after how long, Marvin?
3 months.
Oh my, and he's 75. This is your brother.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Marvin, I got a suggestion. Don't tell him the name of the company is Life Wave. Tell him it's Life Save.
Yeah,
That's
he's still going.
perfect.
That was
That's
18 months ago. He's still doing, he's still going great.
Oh, and you're going to have your brother around for a lot longer, Marvin.
Yeah, he's using it. So that's good.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. What a beautiful story. Thank you. All right,
You're welcome.
Paul, we'll end with you. And can you unmute?
Yes, am I unmuted?
Yes, you are. We can hear you now.
Okay. You're listening to a person who's been using the patches for 2.5 years. I'm 80 years old. I am a professional caddy at the Ritz-Carlton. I have 50% or 80% of the things you mentioned, I've gotten results of me. My hair used to be white, it's now brown. My golf game is incredible. But more importantly, I'm going to tell you my newest person who started with the patches 2 months ago, Kelvin, has cancer and was on chemotherapy. And so I mentioned the patch to him and I said, you can't be on chemo at the same time you're doing the patches. So anyway, he stopped because he was feeling terrible on the chemo. Put the patches on. 4 weeks later, he goes back to the doctor. And the doctor says, your tumor is reduced by 30%. And he felt incredible, and absolutely incredible. I have more stories, but that's what I wanted to share with everyone.
Oh, you touched us all, Paul. Thank you. Wow. We can't make claims, you guys. We definitely don't want to do that, but we can say your body has the ability, the divine intelligence in your body, given the right materials, GHK copper, stimulating those stem cells, and miracles do happen. And share this call, everybody. Take the recording, which will be out probably in a couple days on Live Younger YouTube, and share this. So thank you so much, Paul. And if you're in the Vibrant Living Facebook group, and actually everyone had wonderful shares today, so please share your stories on Vibrant Living so more people can be blessed. Okay, Robin and Gregory, take it away and share what's going on tonight.
Gregory's got some great news. Go for it, honey.
This is going to be a really packed call tonight because we have so much to celebrate, and specifically we have 3 new directors we'll be celebrating. You know, the plan is that sometime during this day, when you log into lifewave.com, you're going to see a brand new website, and it's magnificent. You're going to be very excited to see that. And we're also going to be releasing the next generation of our Power of the Patch webinars. We've been working behind the scenes on this for quite a while and ready to roll it out to you tonight. So those are just some big announcements: new website, new Power of the Patch program, and 3 new directors. And Robin may have some other things to share, and we might come up with some other things, but it's going to be a very busy newsletter and call tonight.
Yes, yes, yes. And the Power of the Patch webinar is going to accelerate your growth, because right now we have 4 opportunities a week to bring our prospects. And now we'll have 42 opportunities a week, 6 times a day, 7 days a week. I mean, and you'll see a fabulous new flyer you're going to love. I mean, it was a collaboration with, you know, Janet and Connie and Gregory and Judy and Robin and it just Liz, oh my gosh. Oh, how could I ever forget the most important person on that team? So it's exciting what's going on, and I can just envision this being used just extensively, and your business will grow. So invite. And we have another special treat tomorrow night. We have a new doctor that will be joining us, Dr. Henrietta. And you're gonna love, love, love her. And so she's a naturopath, and she will be our guest practitioner on our Tuesday night call tomorrow night.
Thank
Great.
you. I'm going to share something that was in the chat. There were lots of comments in the chat and I didn't see most of them, but I just noticed someone asked about when do we have a business training? And that is on Thursday morning, same time, same station, Live Younger Chat on Thursday mornings, every Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific, we have a business training.
And also Monday evening, tonight, our Monday evening call, we weave in training. So we're going to hear from 3 new directors, and they're going to be sharing their secrets to success, tips from the top, as we like to say. So Monday night, and as you say, Thursday morning are where we focus most of our business training.
Wonderful. Is there anyone else that has a quick comment before we close? What a
The
great
regional
time.
event in Sedona where Gregory and Robin are going to be hosting.
Thank you, Heidi.
Thank
Yeah,
you, Heidi.
1 week from today, next Monday night, we'll be in Sedona doing a.
No, 2 Mondays.
2
Oh,
weeks.
2 weeks. Thank you.
Don't come too soon. I haven't unpacked yet.
I know.
Good. I haven't packed yet.
You haven't packed yet.
2 weeks from tonight. Thank you. I got a little more time.
Okay, write this down. This is Paul. I'm going to be a director in the next 60 days. Mark it down.
All
Mark.
right, Paul.
Mark.
Rock
We are
star.
your witness, Paul.
All right, Paul.
All right. Okay. If Gregory, if you want to unmute everyone, we can all say goodbye. You guys have a beautiful week. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Michelle.
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Great
Awesome
call.
call.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
Great
day.
call.
Have a great week.
Wonderful stories. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
See you, Robin and Gregory, in a few days.
Thanks.
Thanks for enrolling my silver Robin while I was in Arizona somewhere yesterday. Woohoo!
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.
See you, bye.
Bon
Gotta
path.
listen to
Everybody
this
have a
one
lovely
again.
day.
Michelle,
Thank you.
love you.
Community.
Bye.
Great call.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Bye-bye.